I'm doing it now.
Mary's not here yet, so he had to go to the bathroom. So
I'll wait.
Shabbat Shalom. Please take your seats. Am I on? Okay. I don't know if this is on. Is it?
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Mevorach, Shabbat shalom, Mevorach, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Mevorach, Shabbat shalom, Mevorach. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Cantor Vladimir Lapin. I'm very happy to see all of you here today. Before we start, or actually we've basically started, you're already listening to me, so we started. A couple of guidelines for today. First, you should all have a blue prayer book, a in front of you. If you don't know, it's not for you. Prayer book, we're going to announce all the pages. Just follow us. If you're lost, just turn the page. We probably have turned the page. Second guideline, you all have a cell phone with you. Please take this opportunity to turn it off or on silent. Please don't text, Snapchat, Instagram during the service. Service is only 8 hours long. We'll be done. Just kidding, it's 9. And so the third guideline is the most important one. Please join with us. Songs, the melodies are easy. They are all created. You can sing along with us. And the first one that we were just singing, Shabbat Shalom Umevorach, which means Shabbat of peace and blessings. Those are all the only 3 words in the song. So please join with us. And again, please turn off your cell phones. Thank you. Please join with us. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorach, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorach.
So Shabbat Shalom one more time. I want to just help us think about why we're here. And in part, in very large part, it's about you, Natasha and Alex. But it's also about each and every one of us. It's about the prayers we have for our day today and the prayers we have for tomorrow and next week and next month. And the better job we do here, the better we're able to transmit it to our kids and grandkids in the coming days and weeks. And so, if we had any one prayer for ourselves and our children and grandchildren, it's that every day we and they would wake up. Actually, I could stop. Right? That we just wake up. We wake up to the unbelievable blessing of being here. You guys look amazing. You're beautiful. I don't know if you woke up looking this beautiful, but it's such a gift. And I know I'm saying something so obvious, but it's not so easy in our day-to-day craziness to slow down and think, wow, my body is working well enough to get me here. I have a mind that asks so many questions, has the capacity to master and explore and become expert at almost anything. And we have a heart, we have a soul that is striving for connection. I love seeing people with their arms around each other. Striving for connection, wanting love and friendship. It's that simple, but it's that challenging as well. So if you're looking for a spiritual practice to help us do what we know we want and what we need and what we should do, here it is. It's right in our Siddur, and every Siddur that no matter who published the Siddur, it's here. So let's turn to our Jewish brilliance and wisdom and tradition. We're going to open just with a little bit of English, and then we're going to move into Hebrew. The English is great because for those of us who don't know the Hebrew so well, we're actually be moved by these words. On page 76, every spiritual journey begins, we know, with connecting to the physical, that our bodies are here and we're working well enough to get us here. So we'll begin there on 76. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh chol basar, umafli la'asot. On page 78, a prayer for our soul, that spiritual yearning that defines us as human beings. 78.
Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Ata berata, ata yitzarta, ata nefachta bi, ve'ata mishamra bekirbi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi.
Let's turn to page 80. As we offer a series of blessings, we're told as spiritual beings, as Jews, to say wow 100 times a day. Wow. I don't know how close each of us gets, but these opening blessings give us a head start, a jump start on that aspiration to live in a place of wow. So, page 80, we'll begin with the Hebrew formula, Baruch atah Adonai, and then we'll go to the English and offer a rousing amen for each of these blessings. Best you can do. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Now the English,
who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day
from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. 82. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked. Let us hear you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids. 84. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor. 86. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Amen. And page 88, let's offer a few words of Torah from the Mishnah about 1,800 years ago. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds and compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. And we want to turn to the Ashrei for Alex and Natasha. Page 97. Page 97.
Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Od Hallelujah Selah. Ashrei ha'am shekahalo, Ashrei ha'am she'Adonai Elohav. Tehiva leDavid, Aramim ha'Elohai ha'melech, Vavarach shimcha le'olam va'ed. Bechol yom avarcheka, V'hala shimcha le'olam va'ed. Gadol Adonai umchulal me'od, V'ligdulato ein cheker. Dor dor yeshava ma'asecha, ugvurotecha yagidu. Adar kevod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asichana. Ve'izuz notecha yomeru, ugvulatecha saprena. Zecherav tovcha yabiu, v'tzidkacha yaranenu. Hanun v'archim Adonai, erech apayim ugdol chesed. Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav. Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasedecha yavrachucha.
98.
Kevod malchutcha yomeru, ugvuratcha yadaberu. Lechodir livnei ha'adam kirotav, u'chvod ha'adam malchuto. Malchutcha malchut kol olamim, u'mesheltecha bechol dor v'ador. Somech Adonai lechol hanoflim, v'sokef lechol hakfufim. Einei kol elecha yisaberu, ve'ata noten lachem et mito. Potech et yadecha, u'masbir b'chol haratzon. Tzadik Adonai bechol derachav, v'chasid bechol ma'asav. Karov Adonai lechol korav, lechol asher yikravu be'emet. Ratzon le'avaseha, ve'et shabbatam yishma be'yoshim. Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, ve'et kol chasha'im chashmid. Tehillat Adonai yedaber pi, v'yivarech kol basar shem kodsho, le'olam va'ed. Ve'anachnu nevarech ya, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hallelujah.
Continue on page 100 with Psalm 150. page 100.
I don't know.
Get ready to clap. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, El Bikosho. Hallelujah, Birkiya Uzo. Hallelujah, Bigvurotav. Hallelujah, Kerov good Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, take a shofar. Hallelujah, benevel bechinor. Hallelujah, betov umakor. Hallelujah, beminim beugab. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, betzil tzlei shama. Hallelujah, betzil tzlei trua. Kol anshama tehalleluya. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
One last time.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We rise for the Baruch on page
Please,
108.
please rise.
Please rise. You guys are going to turn around. Page 108 with me. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed. Page 111. We read together. In the beginning, even then, a new light was sown for the righteous. A promise that your light would become the catalyst, first for order and then for hope. Author of language and light, help us to use words as you have, to cast light into dark waters and to draw out justice and truth. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hameorot. In the middle, page 112, we read together in the English. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, gracing us with surpassing compassion, on account of our forebears.
Who trust led you to teach them the laws of life. Be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us, by making us able to understand and discern,
To heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah. And we continue in the same page towards the middle with the word Vahavi'enu in the Hebrew. Vahavi'enu leshalom me'arba kanfot haaretz v'tolichenu komiyut le'artzenu ki el poel yeshuot hata uvanu v'charta v'keraftanu leshimcha hagadol sela be'emet lehodot lecha be'ahava, Baruch atah Adonai habocher be'amo Israel be'ahava. Page 114. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Vahed. Please be seated. Continue with the chanting of Ve'ahavta on page 116.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושינתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכת בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם אל כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Emet. We continue on page 121 at the top of the page, beginning with the word emet, truth. Emet, together, there is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Emet, that pens strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame. Stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice. Micha Mocha, page 122. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Nora tehilot osef eleh. Shira chadasha shibachu geulim leshimcha al sfat hayam. Yachad kulam hodu vehimlichu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed. Adonai Le'olam va'ed. We continue on page 124. We rise for the Amidah, page 124. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך חוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו אדיר אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, בשבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue privately with the Amidah through page 142. You may remain standing or be seated according to your custom, following the prayers on the pages or the prayers of your heart.
אבקש. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. שבתי בבית אדוני כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו. לחזות בנועם בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו. עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה שלום, יאי די די די, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום, שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום.
We are here today for so many reasons, but I think one of the main ones is to witness as Natasha and Alex become bat and bar mitzvah. And to do that, they must be called to the Torah. And to be called to the Torah, we have to get the Torah out of the ark. So we turn to Seder Kriyat HaTorah, which begins on page 244. As I will invite you to rise in just a moment, I call up Lenore Coyle and Keti Ariaza and Maury and Julie Kaliman to open our ark, and of course our bar and bat mitzvah to come and hold our Torahs. Please rise, page 244.
אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור והדור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אף הרחמים היטיבה ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא אדון עולמים. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי שנתן תורה, תורה. ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה. לעמו ישראל בקדושתו.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai iti, unromema Shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod. Kichol bashamayim uvaretz, kichol bashamayim uvaretz. Adonai hamamlaha v'amitnasei lechol rosh. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, haolam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, haolam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama.
So how do we know when we can sit? When the Torah sits, we sit. Feel free to be seated. We are in Parsha Ki Teitzei, a fun moment. Just I don't know. Maybe you all know this story about when you sit. You know the fun story in Israel that some folks were transporting a Sefer Torah from one community to another. And what's the mode of public transportation in Israel? Eged. Many of us have been on Eged buses. So, you know, they are carrying a Torah and they walk onto the Eged bus. What do all the Jews do on the bus? They stand up. Usually we want to protect our seat. They stand up because the Torah has arrived. The Torah sits down. On the Eged bus, everyone sits down. So, here we are. All right. So, Alex and Natasha, it's a wonderful moment. We're in Parsha Ki Teitzei, as I said, and starting on verses in chapter 24. Your mom and dad, it's an amazing thing, are going to begin their Torah reading. So you guys come up. It's going to be a big crowd up here for a moment. Okay? Come on up. Andrea, you're first, and then Larry. And so for the honor of the first Aliyah, I want to invite, for this honor, our men's mastermind group, Larry, that you really are a wonderful participant in that group. So I want to ask Larry Cohen, Ron Epstein, Justin Miro, Gary Slobin. And Stu Limper. Come on up. Yeah, Amdu, Chevra, Chochamim. For all those Hebrew speakers, this is the group of wise men. Come over here. Lichvod HaTorah. Group of wise men. That was good. Chevra, Chochamim. Exactly. Yeah. Here, guys. Here, gents. Here's the take. So hold on a second.
If I get confused.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right here. Hold on. What? Labriut, bless you. Okay, gents, on three. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Ambarach Elam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Ambarach Elam Va'ed. Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'achoranu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Thank you. Zahor et asher asa Adonai Elohecha ומרים לדרך ויציתם ממצרים אשר קרא ברכה כל נעשה אתה כי תעשה. What's the wrong? Sorry, we were on the wrong page. So where do we? So where it is?
Here.
Zahor et asher asa Adonai Elohecha למרים בדרך ביציתם ממצרים כי תשה ברכה משת מהומה לא תבוא אל ביתו להבות אבותו בחוץ תעמוד והאיש אשר אתה נושה בו יוציא אליך את האבות החוצה ואם איש עני הוא לא תשכב באבות השב תשיב לו את אהבות כבוא השמש ושהב בשלמתו וברכיך ולך תהיה צדקה לפני אדוני אלוהיך.
It's לא תעשו, לא תעשו. אמן לא תשוק שכיר אני ואביון ואחיך או מגרך אשר בארצך משבריך ביומו תיתן שכרו ולא תבוא אליו השמש כי אני הוא ועל יב הוא נושא את נפשו ולא יקרא עליך אל אדוני והיה בך חטא לא ימתו אבות על בנים ובנים לא ימתו על אבות איש בחטאו יומתו לא תטה משפט גר יתום, ולא תכבול בגד אלמנה, וזכרת כי עבד היית במצרים, ויבטך אדוני אלוהיך משם. על כן אנוכי מצווך לעשות את הדבר הזה, כי תקסור קצך בשדיך, ושכחת אומר בשדה, לא תשוב לקחתו לגר ליתום ואלמנה יהיה, למען יברכך אדוני אלוהיך בכל מעשה ידיך, כי תחבוד זיתך, לא תפאר אחריך לגר ליתום ואלמנה יהיה, כי תבצור כרמך, לא תילל אחריך לגר ליתום ואלמנה יהיה. וזכרת כי עבד היית בארץ מצרים. על כן אנוכי מצווך לעשות את הדבר הזה.
Job, Andrea, Larry, gentlemen. Okay. That's great. Love this. Okay, Natasha, you're now up. Beginning on chapter 25 of Deuteronomy. Kitetse, continuing. Okay. No, Alex, I thought that. Okay, my mistake. Alex is up. And for the second aliyah, I want to ask your grandpa Isaac and Suad Ya'amod Yitzchak ben Nissim Suad Lichvod Torah. Yes, please. Hold on.
He's so excited.
Do you want the blessing? You probably don't need it. Yeah, please. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Take your time.
Baruch atah Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
כי יריב בין אנשים וניגשו אל המשפט ושפטו והצדיקו את הצדיק והרשיעו את הרשע, והיה אם בין הקוד הרשע והפילו השופט והיכהו לפניו כדי רשעתו במספר 40 ירכנו לא יוסיף, פן יוסיף להכותו על אלה מכה רבה ונקלע ארכיה לעיניך.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם ונטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Give your grandson a hug, a kiss, some love. That's the whole point. Come down carefully.
Not her?
What?
Not her? Not you.
Yes, give her some love too. Yes, absolutely. You want to be careful putting down.
Yes.
Oh, we're coming down?
No.
All right. For the third aliyah, Uncle Uncle Ivan. Ya'amod Yehonatan ben Yoel Lichot Torah.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai
המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
לא תחסום שור בדישו, כי יש רוח אחים יחדיו, ומת אחד מהם ובין אין לו, לא תהיה אשת המת, ההוצא לאיש זר, יבמה יבא עליך, וככה לא לשב יבמה. והיה הבכור אשר תלד יקום, השם ולא ימחה שמו מישראל.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Mazal tov. Niece and nephew. Hold on. Keep your niece and nephew. Okay. Okay. So, Alex, this is your moment. It's the moment of your offering the blessing. Baruch Adonai. That's the moment you take on the mantle of being a Jewish adult. And so it's my honor and my privilege to get to call you. Yamod, 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 Abachor Bar Mitzvah. Nisim ben Avraham Variela Chazak.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
ואם לא יחפוץ האיש לקחת את יבמתו, ועתה יבמתו השערה אל הזקנים, ואמרה מאין יבא מי להקים לאחיו שם בישראל, לא אביה בני, וקראו לו זקני עירו ודיברו אליו, ועמד ואמר, לא הפצתי לקחתה, ונגשה יבמתו אליו לעיני הזקנים, ועלצה נעלו מעל רגלו, וערכה בפניו, וענתה ואמרה, ככה יעשה לאיש אשר לא יבנה את בית אחיו, ונקרא שמו בישראל בצלות הנאה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. All right, Alex. You can step aside. All right. Natasha, it's your turn to read from the Torah. And so, for the next Aliyah, nicely done, Alex. I want to ask your Rachel Kazam and Sharon for the fifth Aliyah. Ya'amdu, Bruno Bachilik. Rachel and Sharon and Bruno and Hannah.
As they're coming up, I just want to make a quick announcement. It's very tempting to take out the cell phone and take pictures, but I'm just going to please request that we hold off on photos and using the cell phones, please. Thank you.
This is a family affair. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. Close and tight, and tons of love and warmth. You're surrounded, Natasha. Couldn't be better.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
כי נצאו אנשים יחדיו איש ואחיו, וקרבה אשת האחד לחציל את אישה מיד מלכהו, ושילחה ידה והחזיקה במרושיו, וקצותה את כפה. לא תחוס עיניך, לא יהיה לך בכיסך אבן ואבן גדולה וקטנה.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Give your niece some love. We'll be continuing on verse 13 for those following along. Hugs all around. You guys can take a seat as soon as you're... Yay. This is what it was like at Mount Sinai. Right? This is Mount Sinai. Hugging, sharing our joy, our support, our love for each other. Okay, so second to last aliyah, 6 aliyah, mom and dad. Yamdu Avram ben Yitzchak Variela lichvod haTorah.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Barach le'olam va'ed.
ברוך אתה אדוני. ברוך אתה אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
לא יהיה לך בביתך איפה ואיפה גדולה וקטנה, אבן שלמה וצדק יהיה לך, איפה שלמה וצדק יהיה לך, למען יאריכו ימיך על האדמה אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך, כי תאהבות אדוני אלוהיך כל עושה אלך כל עושה עוול.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו. וברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Tasha, this is your moment. You become bat mitzvah just as your brother by offering the bracha. Okay, the great honor of becoming a Jewish adult. And I get to call you. Hold on a second, let me call you. You're so eager. That's right. No stress. I just want to call you. Tamod, Tamod, Tamod. Abachora bat mitzvah. Rachel bat Avraham Bariela. Chizki.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah. Zachor et asher asa lecha Amalek b'derech b'tzetem miMitzrayim, asher karcha b'derech v'zanev becha kol hanechesalim acharecha, ve'ata ayef v'yagea v'lo yarech Elohim v'chaya וחניך אדוני אלוהיך לך מכל אויביך מסביב. בארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך נחלה לרשתה תמחה את זכר עמלק מתחת השמיים לא תשכח. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Torah is out. We offer a prayer for healing, Mishaberach prayer. It can be found on page 253. Page 253. If you are thinking of someone today in need of healing, we hope you hold those folks, those people who are close to you in your hearts. Please join us on page 253. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
To lead us in our prayer for our congregation, I am honored to invite up one of our dedicated lay leaders, Gary Slobin, page 258.
This is a surprise, but okay. Thank you. Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion and prayer, and support the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy.
Thank you, Gary. And our prayer for the nation, which is in the middle of page 258, Lenore Coyle.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert us to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen. Amen.
And our prayer for Israel on the facing page, page 259, Ivan Rothman.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Barech, barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit tzmichat geulateinu. הגן עליה בעברת חסדך ופרוס עליה סוכת שלומך. אבינו אבינו שבשמיים צור ישראל בגואלו. אבינו אבינו שבשמיים צור ישראל בגואלו. ושלח אורך ועמיתך לשרשך שרך ויוצא ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך. אבינו אבינו שבשמיים צור ישראל בגואלו. אבינו אבינו שבשמיים צור ישראל בגואלו. ותקנם בעצה בארץ ושמחת עולם ליושביה ונאמר אמן. אבינו אבינו שבשמיים צור ישראל וגואלו. אבינו אבינו שבשמיים צור ישראל וגואלו.
So we now want to raise and dress the Torah. So I can ask you, Larry, to come on up for the raising of the Torah. And young ones, come on up, Larry. Come on. Larry had a little injury on his finger, and you're up for this, right?
I broke it, so.
So I want to ask everyone to rise as we raise the Torah.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. יאי די 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 יאי די די יאי די די יאי די 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 יאי די 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 yai dai 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 yai dai dai yai dai dai yai dai 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 yai 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 dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai dai yai dai dai yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai dai yai dai dai yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai dai yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 dai. Alex and Natasha are chanting from Haftarah. They're going to chant the entire Haftarah, Isaiah 54, verses 1 through 10. We're going to begin with the blessing for Haftarah.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנביאים טובים ורצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק.
אמן.
רוני עקרה לא ילדה פתחירינה וצחלי לא חלה כי רבים בני שוממה מבני ואולה אמר אדוני הרחיבי מקום אוכלך ויריות משכנותייך יצאו אל תחסוכי האריכי מיתרייך ותדותייך חזקי כי ימין ושמאל תפרוצי וזרח גויים יירש ואריים נשמות יושיבו. אל תראי כי לא תבושי ואל תקלמי כי לא תחפירי כי בושת אלומייך תשכחי והרפת אלומנותייך לא תזכרי עוד. כי בוא עלייך עושייך אדוני צבאות שמו וגלך קדוש ישראל אלוקי כל הארץ יקרא.
כי חישה עזובה ועצובת רוח כרך אדוני ואשת נעורים כי תימאס אמר אלוהיך. ברגע קטון עזבתי ורחמים גדולים אקבצך בשצף קצף הסתרתי פני רגע ממך ובחסד עולם ריחמתיך אמר גואלך אדוני. כי מנוח זאת לי אשר נשבעתי מעבור מנוח עוד על הארץ כן נשבעתי מקצוף עלייך ומגור בך. כי חכרים ימושו וכגבעות תמותנך וחסדי מתך לא ימוש וברית שלומי לא תמות. אמר מרחמי אדוני ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם צור כל העולמים צדיק בכל הדורות חאל חנאמן האומר ועושה המדבר ומקיים שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל אדוני אלוהינו. אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Shabbat Shalom. Our Torah portion is called Ki Teitzei, and it's a collection of different laws about how we as Jews should behave. My Torah portion is mostly about respecting others. It states that people can't touch each other in disrespectful ways, and if they do, they should be punished by doing so, by having a limb chopped off. because it was their limb that committed the crime. In addition, the portion explains that we as Jews cannot carry unfair measurements, cheating and lying in the process. Being completely honest and fair results in never taking advantage of other people. The portion also describes an interesting situation. If you happen upon a bird's nest, you can't take the baby birds or eggs from their nest while the mother is still there. This highlights the importance of respecting the mother, even though she's a bird. You cannot allow the mother to see you harming her children, just like you wouldn't want to see your own children being hurt in any way. The last aliyah of my Torah portion describes the importance of remembering and being grateful for the things that God has done for us as Jews. It describes our long and difficult journey out of Egypt and how we suffered when Amalek attacked us. And because we suffered so much, God gave us protection against all of our enemies, so that no event like that could ever occur again. But you'll hear more about that from my brother in a few minutes. The Torah itself offers morals and laws that should be incorporated into our lives as Jews. But the messages that the Torah has to offer are often hidden under stories from ancient times with ancient references that today are obscure and difficult to relate to. However, the themes of the Torah stories alone can and always will relate to human life, because basic human nature is something that will never change, no matter how much evolution we go through in the future. For example, one of the aliyot in my Torah portion tells Jews not to carry alternate measures with us. Today we don't carry weights in our pockets to receive or give payment. Instead, we carry credit cards. The modern-day equivalent to this lesson could be related to identity theft. Don't carry alternate credit cards, meaning someone else's credit cards, with you in order to take advantage of others' money. The theme behind this is simply to be truthful. The Torah is telling us not to cheat our fellow humans because of our greed. In the times of the Torah, people who weren't Jews were still supposed to be respected. In my Torah portion it is written, "You shall not abhor an Edomite, for such is your kin. You shall not abhor an Egyptian, for you were a stranger in that land." Today this lesson may apply to an even broader group of people. When people are different from us, we tend to make assumptions about them without knowing who they are. One time, when I was in second grade, I mentioned to a classmate that I was Jewish. He didn't believe me because he knew that I spoke Spanish at home as well as English. He made a wrong assumption about me. My classmate assumed that because I could speak Spanish, I couldn't also be Jewish. But today we know that Jews can speak all kinds of languages. Based on what the Torah teaches us, my classmate should have been more open-minded and respectful of my identity. In both cases, the case of my classmate and the case of the Edomite and the Egyptian, the theme is not to judge somebody based on their past. Instead, we should spend time to get to know somebody, rather than assume things about them without knowing them. Everybody deserves a chance to be understood properly, and it's important that by not judging anybody, we give them that chance. A question I had when I was studying my Torah portion was why? Why did Jews and people in general need all of these rules to live life the way God wanted us to? The answer is laws make people feel safe. For example, if today people who committed crimes weren't sent to prison or didn't face some sort of punishment, the rest of the population would live in fear that they would be harmed or hurt in some way. In fact, there are places in the world today that are completely chaotic, and the biggest reason behind that is that the government doesn't enforce the laws, or the wrong laws are being enforced. The rules in the Torah provides us with a safe haven, where we know exactly what we should do in every situation, and we don't need to think twice about the right and wrong things to do. To me, becoming a bat mitzvah is the entrance to womanhood. I believe that having a bat mitzvah does not automatically make me a woman, but sets me on the path towards womanhood. Becoming a bat mitzvah means taking an active responsibility towards my own Jewish learning. To prepare for this day, I had to learn to read Hebrew, which took 2 years of hard work. I had to learn and study my Torah portion and understand what it was actually about. I had to do things related to Judaism on my own instead of with my family, and I was working individually and not as part of a group. I'm the first female in my line to become a bar mitzvah. My family has found itself in several different old-fashioned societies in which the women in my family weren't permitted to have a bar mitzvah. But now we're finally in a society that empowers women. Standing before you right now, up on this bima, Reading from the Torah demonstrates my claiming and responsibility as a Jew. This process is the beginning of becoming an independent Jew, and once I'm a bat mitzvah, I'll have to start observing Jewish holidays as an adult. I'll have to take responsibility for what I do. For example, on Yom Kippur I have to fast, but I also have to take responsibility for the things I've done in the last year. In the past, I didn't really have to fast or hold myself accountable for what I've done as a Jew and in general. Yom Kippur is an important Jewish moment in the calendar for our family. It's a day that we think about how we've acted and how our actions can impact others. We have to realize that there are two sides to every single story. And even if someone has done something you can't understand, it's important that we think about the other side and we realize that the other side of the situation also has feelings. And even though you might not forgive what they've done, you should still think about what they have been going through and what they have experienced that makes them do certain things. Another aspect of Jewish life that is very important to me and my family is Shabbat. Every Friday we have a dinner together, which puts a strong importance on family. I think that one of the reasons of having Shabbat is to remind Jews that family is one of the most important things in life. Becoming a bat mitzvah also means that I have to complete a mitzvah project. One way I understand what a mitzvah project is that it's a good deed that positively impacts someone in the community. In our Torah portion, there is a section about rules in the harvest. You shouldn't go over your harvest more than once, because the leftovers should be left for the orphan, the stranger, and the widow. Or in other words, those who need it more than you do. For my mitzvah project, I volunteered at Temple Beth-El, doing the Grateful Project. There I packaged and made food for the people in the Great Neck community that aren't as fortunate as we are in certain aspects of their lives. Knowing that people in such an affluent neighborhood don't always have enough to eat has made me realize that if people in Great Neck are struggling, millions of other people are struggling in other neighborhoods. This project was my way of only going over the harvest once and giving back to those in need. In addition to packing meals, I also made cards for the families that would be receiving the food. I think that it's important because it sends a message to the families and shows that we are real people who care about their well-being. Before I close, I would like to thank a few of the people that truly helped me on the path towards becoming a bat mitzvah. First, I would like to thank Rachel, my Hebrew teacher. You have been one of the most amazing people, and I'm so glad that I got to know you, and I'm so glad that I got to spend time with you. And you taught me so much, not just about becoming a bat mitzvah, but about life in general. Rabbi Meir, thank you for showing me what it means to become a Jewish adult. You have helped me more deeply and have helped me understand concepts and questions that I wouldn't have thought to ask otherwise. Your help has been essential, and I couldn't have asked for a better teacher. Dear Cantor Lappin, I want to thank you for working so hard for me and taking the time to teach me so much in such a small window of time. You have taught me how to chant paragraphs and paragraphs in an entirely different alphabet, let alone language. Your talents, both musical and technical, have helped me in immense ways. Dear Rabbi Mulbaum, I would also like to thank you for not only helping me write this entire essay, but for helping me understand the meaning behind all of the Torah portions and prayers. You have helped me concentrate on more than just what I'm literally saying when I read from the Torah. You've helped me understand what my words actually mean and how they relate to life in the past, present, and future. The time and effort you took guiding me is something I'm so grateful to have had on this journey. Lastly, I would like to thank my family. Dear Mommy, Daddy, and Alex, you have always supported me in whatever I do. You were always there to catch me when I fall and there to help me when I need it. Preparing for my bat mitzvah, you were always there, helping me sing, memorize, and practice everything that needed to be done. I love you more than words can describe, and I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Shabbat Shalom.
Before I inquire into my speech, I would like to say that in my experience, speeches are often boring. As I began to write this, I assumed that it would be very short. However, it turns out I was mistaken, which is why I would like to thank you all in advance for listening to this speech. My Torah portion has 2 sections. Both sections contain a code of conduct, the cause and effect of one's actions. One of the sections consists of the following. If a man is married but dies before having a son, the brother of the deceased shall have a child with his brother's widow, so as to carry on the family name. This is known as the leaver's duty. Then, if the brother refuses to perform the leaver's duty, the widow shall spit in his face, remove his sandals, and he shall be forced to go to Israel and be known as the unsandaled one. The other portion I am focusing on decrees that if somebody is rendered guilty for committing a sin, they should be flogged, but no more than 40 lashes, so as to keep them from being looked upon as mutant and deformed. Trust me that I'm not wishing any of these punishments upon any of us. They are both harsh and disturbing. However, I am pretty sure that one of us has committed a sin. We've all made mistakes. Therefore, I think this passage is relevant to my life as well as all of our lives. First, I want to give an example of some mistakes that I've made. In the past, when my parents told me to do something, I didn't always do it. Additionally, teachers have asked me to stop talking and misbehaving during class. However, I didn't always listen to them, and now I wish that I had. I want to repeat something that I said earlier that may surprise you all. As odd as it is, I actually think this Torah portion relates to all of our lives. The final passage of this Torah portion involves a very important villain in the Torah, Amalek. The very end of this Torah portion tells us to wipe out the villain called Amalek, to blot out his memory, but also that we will battle Amalek in every generation to come. The reason the Torah tells us to wipe out Amalek is because he attacked the weakest part of our Jewish family, the woman and the children. However, the Torah tells us to remember Amalek because of the crimes he committed and to make sure we never let them happen again. On the one hand, it seems that Amalek is defined by the Torah as a specific person and a specific people. On the other hand, Rabbi Meir told me that the people of Amalek haven't lived for many centuries. So if the people of Amalek are no longer, how can this be that we will battle Amalek for centuries and generations to come? Through our talks, I began to realize that fighting Amalek is about battling not just the bad in others, but also the bad inside of you, the place inside that influences you to make bad decisions. This is what the Torah is teaching me about Amalek. It's the bad inside each of us, that urge in class that keeps me from listening to my teachers or my parents. That's how I now understand Amalek. Although the punishments listed above have expired, the importance in repenting and battling the Amalek inside is timeless to all. That will never expire. Rabbi Meir asked me what it means to me and my family for me to become a bar mitzvah. I talked about this question with my grandpa. He said that becoming a bar mitzvah means to start becoming kind-hearted, decent, and good. He emphasized all the traits a Jewish person should develop in order to be successful and to make people appreciate you. Additionally, my dad has explained that it means to take on responsibility and to become even more kind and caring than before. Becoming a bar mitzvah is important for many reasons. The first and most obvious reason is that it means I'm becoming a young man. This includes earning people's respect, making decisions for yourself, except drinking. That comes at the age of 18. 21. Most importantly, becoming a bar mitzvah means taking responsibility for your actions. Even before becoming a bar mitzvah, you could admit you did something wrong. But once you become bar mitzvah and you admit that you did something wrong, then you begin to realize the true meaning of accountability. A bar mitzvah should then recognize his actions by one perspective and one perspective alone, either right or wrong. Becoming a bar mitzvah means a few other things to me. I'll continue celebrating Shabbat and Jewish holidays like I do with my family and future family. I plan to fast on Yom Kippur. I would also like to continue helping people who are less fortunate than I, just like I did in my mitzvah project. The term bar mitzvah means one who is obligated to fulfill the mitzvot. One of these mitzvot is to stand before the Torah, which I did a few minutes ago. Another mitzvah is to give back to the community. A mitzvah project is something which a person does when he comes of age and is ready to become bar mitzvah. He or she is supposed to do something charitable to help people who are less fortunate. For instance, organize a food drive, help in autistic centers, donate to the needy, etc. My mitzvah project consists of a couple things. First, I went to a soup kitchen in Brooklyn, the Masbia. The Masbia, meaning satiate in Hebrew, is a place in which the homeless and the less fortunate people in our society would have a free meal. The Masbia makes at least 300 meals a day, every day. We, meaning my family and members of the BJC temple, had to peel carrots for 2 hours straight. These carrots would then go into a soup that would then account for part of the meal the needy would then eat. If you think peeling carrots is an easy task, it's not. Gruesome hours of peeling can leave your fingers sore and achy, not the ideal feeling you want in the middle of winter. The work was fun as well as taxing, but I knew that many families wouldn't starve because of me. Secondly, I participated in the Temple Beth-El food drive called Grateful. Every family that took part in this activity had to buy a lot of food and bring it to the temple. We then packed the food into about 50 separate bags. I helped distribute the food into the bags as well as make sure that one family didn't get more than the other. At the end of the day, I knew I was doing a good deed. I was finally giving instead of receiving. In this last section of my speech, I will be talking about the people who encouraged me and helped me the most on my quest to becoming bar mitzvah. Without further ado, I would like to express my undying gratitude to my Hebrew teacher, Rachel Taylor. She has sat with me for grueling hours, preparing me until the day I will become a man. She taught me how to read Hebrew, learn the language, and perfect my prayers that I sang for you this very morning. I am indebted to her, as I am sure my sister is as well. No amount of words can explain her importance in my becoming a bar mitzvah. Next, I would like to thank Cantor Vlad for giving me my Torah portion, teaching me the tunes in which to sing said portions. I would not be standing here if it were not for his help. I also would like to thank Rabbi Molbaum for being my Hebrew teacher throughout Hebrew school. She has put up with my behavior during the worst of times. And to be honest, anyone who could do that deserves a medal. She has taught me about Israel's past and important periods of time that occurred in Israel. She has been a big help. I also would like to thank Rabbi Meir. He has helped me understand the importance of becoming a bar mitzvah and the meaning of my parsha. We deciphered certain texts and connected them with my everyday life and the importance of becoming a bar mitzvah. Even more importantly, he has helped me write this Devar Torah, and for this I thank him. Second to last, I would like to thank my sister Natasha. Without you, I would not be who I am. You are my best friend, and we have tons of inside jokes together. I would also like to congratulate you on becoming a bar mitzvah. I am sure this means as much to you as it does to me. I love you more than words can describe. Last but not least, I would like to thank my parents for their undying love and support. You encouraged me to practice my Torah portion 24/7 to the point that I wanted to rip up my Hebrew binder. I'm glad I didn't. I am truly thankful for all that you do for me, driving me to and from school soccer practice and every other place that I go. Additionally, you have worked so hard to prepare me and my sister on this special day and for all that comes after today. Over and over, you have stressed the importance of becoming a good, decent, and kind-hearted person. You have also emphasized the significance of being my own person and to do what I think is right. You have molded me into who I am today, and without your help, I would not be standing before you all. I hope you know how much I love you. I am truly thankful to everyone for coming here today on this special day and for the people I have listed above. Thank you.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel. Stand in the middle. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Yeilanu, 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 ulachol Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu. Throw it. Ulachol Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulachol Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulachol Yisrael. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Yeilanu, 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 ulachol Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulachol Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulachol Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulachol Yisrael.
Return the Torah to the ark, and ask you, Andrea, come on up, guys. Come on up.
We're on page 256. Page 256.
We remain standing, page 256.
Sorry. Etayimchi lama chazikim ba vetomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam vechol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva kadesh yameinu kekedem.
Wait a couple minutes. Okay.
Good morning. Thank you for being here.
She got the tall jeans.
Oh, thank you. Natasha and Alex, let me tell you the story of your lives. You were born on a warm summer night in New York City 13 years ago to parents who loved you long before they ever knew you, and relatives whose smiles when they first saw you, if you could see them, and how I wish you could, would live on in your memories forever, as they have in ours. The story could end right here, but it doesn't, of course. A few months later, you were the rising stars of the neighborhood, or so we like to think, honorary members of the Upper West Side's Twin Club because you were a girl and a boy. Look Looking out from your double stroller seats at the Central Park crowd on Saturday morning, the whole world smiled upon you, and you at the world. It was enough to wipe out from your dad and me the exhaustion of those first few months and bring a smile to our own faces. Not that you weren't well behaved. You were great. It's just tough to have two babies at the same time. Every twin parent knows that. But we also knew we were blessed to have you, and you to have each other, though it hasn't always been easy between you two. Alex, when you first started to walk, just shy of 9 months old, you used to torture your sister, who could only watch you from her bouncy chair and cry as you balanced yourself on her shoulders. But then the cards turned when you, Natasha, began to speak a few months later, while all Alex could do was blabber. Then again, the cards turned once more when you, Alex, figured out a way to escape from your crib, as Natasha looked helplessly on behind white bars. And yet again, 2 years later, when you, Natasha, were fully potty trained, and your brother was still in diapers. I don't mean to embarrass you guys. It's just been so much fun to witness these precious milestones in your life leading up to this moment, every day and every year a new one. I can't help but share them here today with the congregation. Early on, people marveled at your differences. Given the fact that you were twins, perhaps they expected you to look more alike or behave more similarly. I don't know why, but they did. I'm glad, in fact, that you are so very different in every way. I see it as a testament to your strength and uniqueness as individuals. Natasha, you've never had a bad day in your life. Everything in your path radiates with joy and optimism. Alexander, you have enough confidence to go around this room 3 times over. I don't know where you got it from, but I have no doubt that it will serve you well. Natasha never stopped depicting those funny faces on the page. They could walk out the front door, they're so alive. Alexander, you are naturally gifted in so many ways, building, language, music, thinking. Putting you to bed one night long ago, you asked, without knowing it, one of the great philosophical questions. Is it worth living if we know we're going to die? I can't remember what I told you. I was so shocked. But I've thought about it since, and the answer is, of course, it is. This is all we have and all we will ever know. So my advice to you both, count your blessings and enjoy every moment without thinking about the past or worrying about the future. We are so very proud of you. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today, friends and family, those we haven't yet met. I'd like to thank Rabbi Meir and Tara, Rabbi Eli Molbaum, and Cantor Lapping for your hard work and support and inspiration during these last 2 years. We couldn't have done it without you. I'd like to thank Rachel Taylor for being such an amazing teacher and spiritual force in our lives. And a special thanks to my husband, Larry, for being such a great dad and making all of our dreams come true.
Andrea took a knife to my speech. So I will start in the middle. A few years ago, Alex couldn't have been more than 10 or 11. We had a major leak on one of our roofs, which roofer after roofer couldn't figure out. How is it that the wall of the house that was sheltered under a 3-foot eave, how could that get wet when it rains? So I was explaining the dilemma to him when we were out looking on the terrace one morning. I wasn't really expecting a response, just almost speaking out loud. But then he turns to me and says, Dad, sometimes, water runs backwards. I've seen it. Basically, what he's saying is that it runs against gravity, upwards, back up the eave and down the wall. Would you believe that the simple observation of this 10 or 11-year-old actually put an end to an 8-year-old dilemma that roofer after roofer couldn't solve? It was just a very simple observation, and that's what I wanted to tell him, that just being observant is the key in life. I've seen him sit at the piano trying to decipher some pretty difficult pieces. When he was 11, he taught himself a Rachmaninoff prelude that I thought would be way over his head. But he did it, and he did it by himself, without a teacher, just by himself. So what's surprising is his initiative and his dedication. And when he really wants to achieve something, he goes out and he gets it and he does it. He's self-sufficient and confident beyond words. And that's a real gift. But the most important and wonderful thing about him is his personality. And he's a natural-born leader. People love being around him. And he has this ability to make everyone laugh. His humor is self-deprecating, and it's actually kind of disarming. And we all look forward to his funny and informative speeches at Shabbat dinners. Not to be outdone, and equally talented, is our beautiful daughter and my alter ego, Natasha. She's funny and she's witty beyond words. I asked her just a couple weeks ago, make me laugh. And so she says, don't you think it's a great time to visit North Korea? North Korea. And there was a time when we were watching Antique Roadshow. It's a program on Channel 13. And it's really a veiled excuse for me to hug her for 30 minutes. So as I was hugging her, they were also featuring a pretty ornate vase on the program. It was a porcelain vase decorated with an oriental scene with oriental kids and stuff on it. And she looks at me and says, Dad, that looks like my advanced math class. She's really observant, she's really funny, and she doesn't miss a beat. She's kind, she's sincere, and she's an absolutely devoted daughter, sister, and friend. And a perfectionist in everything that she does. An amazing pianist in her own right. She reads like a fiend, and she's an advanced everything. And to Natasha's friends, she even makes the best slime. One incredible anecdote I'd like to share with you about her. At the end of every school year, invariably, I'll get one of the people of the administration or a teacher come up to us and specifically walk up and say, Mr. Kazam, one day I'm going to read about her in the papers. One day I'll read about you in the papers. It's true. That speaks volumes. My kids, my beautiful kids, you never cease to amaze me. I love that you're pushing your own limits, always eager to explore, always eager to learn. And you always approach the world as if there's no ceiling. And congratulations to both of you on reaching this momentous point in your lives. It took years of hard work, and we've been on this beautiful journey together. We're very proud of you. A few reminders to both of you as you embark on your journey through adulthood. First, be your own persons. Have you heard that before? Remember what makes you most happy. Your family and Shabbats. Also, you spent your mitzvah projects peeling onions and carrots and potatoes and preparing meals for those less fortunate than you. Remember to be compassionate and kind to your community and to your friends. And lastly, I'd like to recall a conversation I had with Rabbi Meir, who shared an anecdote from his dad with me. His dad would ask him in the evenings, what did you do today? But not what did you do today, but what did you do today? And that's a request. That was a request disguised as a question. To make sure you make every day count. Think about it hard and make every day count. Thanks everyone, our dear friends, our dear family, for having interrupted your Memorial Day weekend to be with us. Really, it's fabulous having everybody here and seeing all the beautiful and familiar faces, our friends and family. Thank you so much. It's all the more meaningful. And lastly, I'd like to thank Rabbi Meir, Mr. Mastermind. Thank you so much for your guidance for the last couple of years. I really appreciate and value your friendship. Thank you to you and to Rabbi Tara and Eli Malbaum and Cantor Lappin for having mentored our kids. Thanks beyond words to Rachel Taylor, who started out teaching Hebrew to our kids and mentoring them, and then ended up as a dear friend. Thank you. And I'd like to thank my best friend and beautiful wife, Andrea. We've shared a lot together. I'm looking forward to creating more memories. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
All right, so we're almost done. Almost done, not quite. Natasha and Alex, this is a big day for the two of you. It's a big day for your family, the four of you, and your extended family. It's also a very special day for Temple Beth-El. And because, as a way of expressing the importance of this day to us as a community, we always have a leader from our synagogue to share a message with the bar and bat mitzvah. And this morning is a particularly blessed moment in that this is a blessed moment. Not only is it the president of our synagogue, Ron Epstein, who's here to share a message with you, but I know, Larry, your friendship with Ron, I don't remember when it was a whole bunch of years ago. You guys were a little bit younger, 10th grade, when you and Ron Epstein, our president, became friends, started this friendship, and when we met, whenever it was, a couple years ago, and you said that to me, it was such a special thing. So, Mr. President, Ron, dear friend, please come up and share your words of care and mazel tov.
So thank you, Rabbi Feldman and Rabbi Mulbaum, always, and Cantor Lappin. I could listen to you sing all day, I swear. And Shai, thanks so much. A warm welcome to all of you who have traveled from near and far, and Shabbat Shalom. As Rabbi Meir said, my name is Ron Epstein. I'm the president here at Temple Beth-El. One of the wonderful aspects of being part of Temple leadership is the opportunity to meet and, on occasion, to present gifts to our B'nai Mitzvah kids, young adults. And frankly, it's an honor each and every time I do it. We have some fantastic kids that come through our religious school program. Every once in a while, there's an extra special little bonus, whether it be a extended family or a family that there's a special connection to. And I think certainly today, the latter of those two categories applies. As Mayor mentioned, Larry and I go back, Larry, 38, 39 years, but who's counting? To the 10th grade. We were both freshly new to Great Neck, I having traveled very far from Brooklyn, Larry having traveled a tad further from Iran. He clearly wins hands down in distance traveled. But we were both freshly new to Great Neck and trying to navigate our way through this new community and formed, I think, a really special bond. And I think it would be unfair to say that we have been close for 40 consecutive years. But when we rekindled the friendship recently, that bond was still there. So it is an absolute pleasure for me to be here this morning to present to his kids, who are just a shade younger than we were so many years ago. So, Alex and Natasha, first of all, beautiful chanting, both of Torah and Haftorah, amazing Devar Torahs. Alex, it was not at all boring, I promise you. So today you're adults. Today you are adults. And perhaps not in the 2017 aspect, the practical aspect of being an adult. I don't think mom and dad are expecting you to go out and get your own places anytime soon and start paying rent. But certainly from a Jewish aspect, through tefillah, prayer and ritual, teshuvah, forgiveness and understanding, and how you relate to your fellow human beings, through tzedakah and tikkun olam, improving and making the world a better place in which to live. From those perspectives, you no longer stand in the shadow of your parents. You are indeed alone. You stand alone in God's eyes. And while that may seem a bit scary, I think all of us clearly saw from your Devar Torahs that you grasp those concepts. And it is a lifelong journey. There are adults that are still grasping with that. We all grasp with that. So I'm confident that you will move forward with those aspects in your life. Now, I would say that I'm convinced that the vast majority of those lessons you learned at home. You've learned them from your amazing parents, Larry and Andrea. You've learned them from your extended family, your lovely extended family of cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents. But I'd also like to think that perhaps you gained some of that from your experience here at Beth-El, through your teachers, through your working with clergy. And it's my hope that you'll continue on to the Hebrew High School program here at Beth-El. And more importantly, that you'll always think of Beth-El as your spiritual home away from home. We have some gifts for the two of you today. We have for both of you a silver Kiddush cup to celebrate holidays and special occasions throughout your life. We have gift certificates from Nifty for travel in Israel. We have the Jewish Book of Why, which is a great text that was a favorite of Rabbi Meir's. And we have a travel Tanakh, so that prayer is always close to your hearts. I want to wish the both of you and Larry and Andrea and the entire family, on behalf of the leadership of Beth-El and the entire congregation, a hearty Mazel Tov. And to each of you, hands up, please, if you can.
Ozi v'zimrat yavayini lishua. Ozi v'zimrat yavayini
It's a morning filled with many blessings, and there are a few more yet to go. And so, as part of our journey towards the Kazam B'nai Mitzvah, the Bat and Bar Mitzvah, we, as the rabbis, had the pleasure of accompanying them on their journey. So we have our own blessings, and we're going to let you eavesdrop on those blessings. Natasha, Mazel Tov, you did it. You've taken an incredibly important step in your Jewish journey by being here right now on this bima, and I'm proud to be a part of your journey. It's been an honor to work with you, exploring your Torah portion and learning about how and why those very ancient texts still matter to us today. Natasha, you may not know this, but you and I have something really important in common. 15 years ago, when I chanted from the Torah for the first time, I chanted as the first woman in my family from the very same Torah portion. Kitetze is very, very special to me. It's a jam-packed portion with 72 mitzvot, which is a lot of laws, and so many lessons that help us understand how we can do our best to live well. In Ki Tetzei, we learn that Judaism understands moral responsibility to extend not only to other people, but to their property. We're taught in verse 22:3 that when someone has lost something, you must not remain indifferent. When someone is missing something, we are obligated to pay attention. That doesn't mean we'll be able to find their missing property, but we're not supposed to stand idly by and shirk our responsibilities to our fellow people. This is like a very ancient version of a lost and found. If you see someone who's lost something, you don't just point them to where you think it might be. You help them look for what they're missing. Natasha, I think this lesson goes beyond material items. I think this extends to people who lose their way in life, too. People who have lost their way are in need of help, and we're obligated to help them however we can. Moshe Alshech, a 16th century commentator, teaches God wished to implant in the Jew a love of their fellow by means of the mitzvot, the commandments, and help them overcome their naturally selfish instincts, because mitzvot, these commandments, train and discipline the mitzvah doer. At first, they perform the mitzvah because the Torah told them to, and as time goes on, they perform the mitzvah willingly, spontaneously. Natasha, part of your Torah portion, part of our Torah portion, is about being a mensch, a good person, a decent human being. Being a mensch isn't something that happens naturally. It doesn't happen automatically. It takes a lot of hard work and practice. It takes doing and trying, being unsure, making mistakes, taking chances, all while trying to do things right. As you continue on your Jewish journey into 8th grade, high school, and beyond, being a mensch is going to be hard. Remember when we first studied about the bird in the nest and not taking away the eggs while the mother watches? You told me that you understood this to mean you wouldn't want the parent to be hurt or to see what was going on and be devastated. Who would have thought something as trivial as taking an egg out of a nest would matter so much in the Torah? But this commandment is here to remind us to be a mensch, to remind us of two sides to every story, to remind us there is always a right and decent way to act, and that Jewish values can guide us toward that behavior. Natasha, I am very proud of you. As you stood here this morning chanting from the ancient text of our Torah scroll, you stepped into a very important chain of tradition. As a young woman, you are embracing your people's heritage and claiming your place as a Jewish adult. May you always go from strength to strength, striving always to be a mensch, and may Judaism always feel like home, no matter the language. Mazel tov.
So, in a moment, after I come stand right there next to the wall. There you go. I know it's hard to stand still. We're almost done, I promise. In a moment, Natasha, we're going to put the two of you under a talis and say something private to you both. But right now, Alex, I want to do for you what Rabbi Molbaum has done for Natasha, is to give you a blessing. And I want to start it off by just saying what fun it's been for me to get to know you guys over the last 2 years, year and a half, I can't remember exactly. But it's been fun because both of you, as your parents pointed out, you're so full of personality and amazing qualities. So, Alex, your sister does not have this one final test before you receive all those gifts, and I did not warn your dad or your mom or you. But there's one final test of every bar mitzvah at Temple Beth-El that you, I hope, will pass. Larry, did you teach him this? How to put an envelope into his breast pocket? Okay, here's the final test. Can you do it? You're a fast learner. You figured out, you taught your dad that water can flow upstream somehow. He did it. All right, now I can give you your blessing. The envelope, he's asked me what's in the envelope. It's not $1 million, but it is hopefully something that feels precious to you. And specifically, as Rabbi Molbaum indicated, I'd like to give you a verse. And the verse is Ki Tetzei LaMilchama Al Oivecha. And I'm going to come to this in a moment. But before I start that, I want to say there's a phrase from the Mishnah that says, Hafochba v'hafochba d'kuleba. Turn it and turn it, the Torah. Turn the Torah and turn it. And everything is in it. Everything, every question, problem, challenge, insight, piece of brilliance, it's all in it. Hafochba v'hafochba d'kuleba. And I, Alex, really believe that. What I like to do in this moment, I want to do in this moment, is to show you that it's all in it through something that you shared this morning. So in choosing your verse, I want to show you that what you focused on at the very end of your parsha is actually also in the very beginning. In your Devar Torah, you spoke about Amalek. And you taught us that Amalek is in every generation, that in every generation there are people who hate Jews and who want to harm us. We must always be prepared for those forces of Amalek that never seem to get beyond their hatred of Jews. But you taught as well, Alex, that Amalek is not only out there, Amalek is also in here. Inside each of us there's an Amalek that can really bring us down. And all of that, as I said, is at the very end of your parsha. But your parsha begins by saying, Ki tetzei la milchama al oivecha, when you go out to war against your enemies, for example, maybe against Amalek. The great Hasidic teacher, the Sfat Emet, he said first that the war is actually against our Yetzer Hara. It's a war with those destructive instincts inside of us. You taught us this from the end. And then there's even a stronger statement, Alex, from the Orach Chaim. He says this, Shekol hakochot shel hasitra achra hu meha-adam atzmo. That all of the power, the energy, the forces of evil, they call that the sitra achra, it's actually from ourselves. It's from each and every one of us. Again, your parsha begins where it ends. So I want to explain why I'm choosing this verse and this idea for you. First, I just love that the point you made, based on the very end of the parsha, is also at the very beginning. Because the Torah is such an artistic treasure. It's truly a book of poetry. Passages that speak about war are about so much more. Second, Walt Whitman, Alex, he once said that to have a great book, you need to have great readers. You, Alex, are becoming a great reader. Over the last months and years that we've known each other, you've matured. You've grown so very much. You stand here today truly understanding a deep point of Torah. When the Torah describes the outside world, it virtually always is telling us something about our inner spiritual lives. There are wars with external enemies, with anti-Semites, but there is also an inner war to overcome those negative instincts and voices within. You and I have talked a lot. You did it here this morning as well, about how much you want to become a better listener, more responsive to teachers, less distracted by peers, more focused on being your best. Finally, Alex, winning wars requires wisdom. The Mishnah asks, Ezehu Chacham, who's wise? And the answer it gives is, the wise person is the one who learns from every person. There is such great wisdom inside of you, Alex. Your intellectual and athletic abilities, school and piano and tennis and Torah, just to name a few. Your playfulness, your lightheartedness, your love of family, and your ability to influence the people around you, to be a leader. All of that begins with chokhmah, with wisdom. All of those great abilities and instincts, Alex, depend on the one thing, your ability to learn from everyone and everything around you. To know that every moment is an opportunity for learning. And so, my dear friend, so smart and talented and funny and caring and kind, it's been a great blessing for me to spend time with you. May you pull out this blessing every year and celebrate the journey you're on. May this bar mitzvah memory always remind you of your great gifts and your great responsibility to bring joy and comfort and inspiration to the many people around you. May you and I have many opportunities in the coming years to learn and have fun together. May you feel proud, finally, may you feel proud to be a Jew. And may you know that there are very few paths in life, if any, that will nurture your soul as much as your Jewish path. Please rise. It's in your envelope. Good. Here, so stand. Face us.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך. יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך. יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתן גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
As always, please be seated. Yeah, okay, for sure. As always, we conclude, before concluding, we remember loved ones. And so we're remembering this morning dear Rachel and Nissim Kazam. And for anyone who is remembering someone as well, if you'd like to share a name, please rise. Anyone? Thank you. Anyone else? The Mourners Kaddish will offer together as a community on page 294, Kaddish Yatom. Let's please rise. Kaddish Yatom on 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayeh dechol Beit Yisrael b'gala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemed kudesha, brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'yomav imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, and let us say amen. All right, we can remain standing. Adon Olam. Alex, Natasha, Rachel, where are you? Will you come up and join them for Adon Olam? I don't where. What? Whoops, sorry, I forgot. Let's do Kiddush. Kiddush. 300. Yeah, Kiddush and Motzi. Isaac and Hillik, come on up for Kiddush and Motzi. We conclude with Adon Olam after that. Forgive me. So, page 300, Kiddush and Motzi.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי